Hey guys, it's JP, and this time I'm gonna go over exercises for that nagging Achilles tendon pain or irritability. Last week, I talked about how to make tendons stronger and stiffer. However, this does not always need to be the intention or purpose when working on an irritated tendon initially. Sometimes, the intention may need to be building tolerance first rather than getting straight into strengthening. Now, what do I mean about that? As I mentioned before, to get the stimulus for tendon strength and stiffness, typically we aim to challenge the area with relatively heavy loads or weight, which is more specifically noted as over 70% 1 rep max. However, what if you cannot work the intended muscle and tendon region to that point due to pain or discomfort in that area? This is where you would be incorporating ways to build tolerance to loading in that area. Another way you can look at tolerance building is training to train. You can build tolerance to loading that area until you can actually train the area for the desired adaptation, such as muscle strength and tendon stiffness, so you can improve your ability to run. Now that we covered its application, let's go over some ways to build tolerance to loading the Achilles tendon and calf muscle complex. The first one I will show you guys is the single leg bridge with a bit of a twist. Now, the single leg bridge is typically meant as an exercise that helps work on strength and control of the hip and trunk region. This is important as the muscles in the area, most notably the gluteus medius, is heavily involved in the part of the running cycle when the weight of the body is placed on that leg. By improving strength and control of the area, this aims to decrease energy leakage and optimize forces generated from the legs as you run. Now, the difference with this particular variation of the bridge is that the heel is slightly elevated. By doing so, this actually makes the calf muscle work a little more and therefore loads the Achilles tendon. This aims to build tolerance in the Achilles tendon while still working the lumbopelvic hip region. I like this combination because this allows me to work on the muscles that are ready to work. Also, this involves isometric or stationary holds for the Achilles region, which may be helpful as this may allow you to load up the Achilles tendon with hopefully less pain or discomfort. Typically, I start people with holding this position for 10 to 15 seconds for 3 to 4 sets and build up from there. The second exercise is heel elevated alternating leg raises. Similar to the purpose from the last exercise, this aims to build tolerance in the tendon, but this time, it gets the quads working instead. What I like about this is how practical it is. All you really need is a wall. Just go against a wall and go into the wall set position. Then lift the heels 1 to 2 inches up and alternate lifting the leg in front of you. This really starts to get the quads working while loading up the calf muscle complex. Again, this also involves isometric or stationary holds, which may be helpful especially if the tendon is irritable with movement. Typically, I start people with doing this for 20 to 30 seconds for 3 to 4 sets and work up from there. Also, this can be more difficult than it looks. If this is too difficult, just keep both feet on the floor and just maintain that position until you can get to the point of doing the exercise. The next exercise is known as the creeper's walk. This is a great way to load up the calf muscle complex in a standing position and work on single leg control. To do this one, bend your knees slightly, lift your heels 1 to 2 inches up, and move forward as quietly as possible as if you were trying to sneak across the room. This cue makes sure that you maintain control throughout the activity. When starting this one, I typically have people doing this for 30 seconds for 3 sets and work up from there. Now, if this one is too bothersome, you can literally just stand up straight and lift your heels 1 to 2 inches up and stay in that position. However, if you want to progress the movement, just hold weights in both hands. Now, the last one in this video is the heel elevated heel raise. I've talked about this one before, but this may be a great way to start loading up the area without irritating the tendon. By keeping the heel from going all the way down, this may reduce the amount of compression and shear that occurs on the tendon and may limit pain and discomfort when trying to work the calf muscle and Achilles tendon. Just remember that if you're working on the tendon, keep it slow and controlled. I typically try to maintain a tempo of 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down. And those are some exercises you can try to build tolerance to loading through the Achilles tendon and calf muscle complex. Even though I mentioned all of that, if you are ready to train the area, then train it. The benefits of strength training typically far outweigh underloading the region. This is the way to get tendons stronger and more capable to help you improve your ability to run. Also, remember that this is for educational purposes only. If you have lingering muscle or tendon pain, see a healthcare professional. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear any questions or thoughts you may have. And as always, thank you for watching.